we need to finish up with my nails because, see, I still have this couple of naked nails. And we're going to do this beautiful design. So I'm switching to this. And we are doing this nail art today. This is what we are going to need. I will be using drops, color drops by Seviland. If you do not have drops, then, well, I will explain what you can do instead. You can use a little bit of black powder. But the black powder, you will not need to mix it with the monomer. You will just use it separately. That's why I will need 2 dishes. One with the black and another one will be just a clean monomer. I already did some prep for my nail, but I still need to do a little bit more. So I just took off the product and I filed it. So I will just quickly take off the surface shine because, you know, it's been the entire day since I did that. So obviously I need to do that again. This is the 180 grit file. I'm not applying too much pressure, even though I have to admit usually I'm a bit more rough, less gentle with myself than with my clients. Well, I guess we're all like that. Okay, that's enough. Let's mix the black. I am using the one where I have less monomer because we are doing just one nail. So obviously I do not need much. I will just, I'm sorry, I'm blocking the view, but these drops are so tight. I have to press like really hard to get some drops. Then I mix it with the monomer and let's see what we have. I will take clear powder and see how it looks like. Well, that's probably what I intended to do, just have some gray color. If you wish to make it darker, you can add more drops, but I think that's the one we're going to use. Also, I'm going to use this color by Seviland. It's called Sky. This is like a beautiful light blue glitter. And also this pink. This one is also by Seviland. And these flakes. These are like multicolor hollow flakes. And probably that's it. Yeah, I believe I don't need anything else. So then I feed the form. And as I feed the form, I just realized that there's something missing in my bag today. So I forgot to take dehydrator and primer with me. Well, it's not going to be a problem for our demo. I mean, we will just keep going with it. And actually, you know what we can do? I will just do it without it. And then I will share how long did it last. Because normally if you do the prep properly, it's still going to last. So yeah, that's what happens when you keep too many things in your head. I think we're going to do the matching shape, which is almond. That's why I will be placing the form a little bit downwards, not too much, on my nail. So when you place the form, one of the most important parts is this view. We should not have gaps. Well, this gap is not going anywhere because my natural arch of the nail, it's well, it's flatter. I mean, it's more like a U shape. But other than that, we're not supposed to have too many gaps. Then we need to check it from this view. If it's straight, if it's not going anywhere. And then I'm going to make it narrow. I always do it like that. It looks like a stiletto now. Whenever I'm doing almond shape or any similar shapes. So now we apply dehydrator and non-acid primer. Well, like I said, I happen to not have it today with me here at the studio. So let's just pretend it's there, okay? And then we are doing the foundation. So I'm going to use monomer mixed with the color drops and the clear powder. If you do not have black drops, you can use black acrylic. but you need to apply just a very thin layer so it will be a little transparent. Also, when you're using color drops with acrylic, I recommend you to use a different brush, okay? Do not use your favorite brush with it. Okay, so at this point, we need to apply almond shape. Well, we are using black color, and the form I'm using now by tones is also black. So it will be a little tricky. When you're doing any shape, you need to see this shape almost from step one. Okay, so it's not like, okay, I will do stiletto and then I file it all the way into the almond. No, you should do the almond like right away. So I'm adding a little bit, and let's see the length. Yeah, almost there. Actually, I had it one time. One time I forgot to use primer on myself at all on the entire hand. And surprisingly, do you know what happened? Well, nothing. So, like I said, it doesn't mean we should not use it like at all, but sometimes, it's because it's not going to work with everybody. With clients who have, oily nails or, like damaged nails, yeah, it's definitely going to cause problems. So now we are going to apply a clear on the nail plate, and we need to do it anyways because I do not recommend applying any color directly on the nail plate. Well, other than cover, white, like basic colors. But glitters, dark colors, better not to do that. Also, when you will be taking the product off, it's better if you have like a clear foundation underneath. Also, if client will wish to change the color later. So this is a very like thin layer of the product. And then let's do some design. I'm going to use this colored monomer, and this time I'm taking this powder. So yes, you can use actually any colors with colored monomer and just, create an abstract line. Oh my goodness, this is probably too much. But on the other hand, there's no such thing as too much glitter. Then I'm going to take a little bit of clear and flakes and just randomly apply them where we would like them to be. And then I will add some pink together. This is not just pink, this is pink with a black colored monomer. That's why it looks different. If you're going to use the same pink with a clear, like with a regular monomer without the color, it's going to look also a bit different. All right, now I'm going to seal it, but not like not very thick, just slightly seal it with a colored black monomer and clear powder. So you see, this is definitely too wet, which is not very good, but since we already have a clear product underneath, it's not that bad. So the worst thing that we can do is to apply wet consistency directly on the nail. But when it's on top of design, it's not that big of a problem. So I see that some product is missing here, and I add it. So once we seal it with the black instead of the clear, we have some kind of veil. I don't even know how to call this, but it looks kind of nice. You know, I just really like this look as I was practicing this design a couple days ago. And if you want to make it darker, you can just use more color drops in the monomer. Just feel free to do that. So I'm going to seal it all the way from the cuticle. And then I'm going to add a little bit more flakes and these colors, but this time I'm going to use them with a clean monomer. So they will be brighter. And I'm not taking too much because I do not intend to cover all that we have underneath. I just want to add some shine on the top. So when you do it like that, you will have a look like this is like a three-dimensional design. Like we have something underneath, then we have something on top. I don't know if this makes sense. But this is what we intend to do. Okay, so looks like the product underneath is already set. Well, you don't have to take off the form, by the way, at this point, but I just decided to. And it is hard to stop, especially when it comes to adding glitter, but we need to at some point. And then I'm going to seal it only with a clear, because I would like these things on the top to stay clear. If you will do this with a black instead, not with a clear, then you will have like a darker version of the design, which is, I believe it's also nice. You know, it's just like a different style. So when you're working, not just applying one color, but doing multiple layers like this, you need to keep in mind that we still need to create the structure of the nail. Like we need to have apex where it's supposed to be. We also need to seal the cuticle area. It's supposed to be thin. So when doing design, we're basically sculpting the same kind of nail, but it's just divided into few parts. Okay, the nail is not supposed to be like 3 times thicker. Ideally, it should be the exact same thickness as you would do just one color nail. All right, and then I will quickly view the nail from all of the points. Okay, we have a little bit of here product missing, so I will just quickly add it. All right, well, it looks kind of interesting when it's matte too. What do you think? All right, then we can slightly pinch it if you prefer. Actually, look at this C curve. We already have it regardless of pinching, because it's all about form fitting and application. Well, I did not really need to pinch it that much. Okay, so we need to wait until it sets a little bit because I did just one nail. By the way, it's warm at this point. And we just need to, you know, to shape it right here. And I believe, yeah, that will be it. I need to do a little filing and shaping. I'm using 180 grit file, by the way. Sometimes I use a file, but sometimes I don't. And my philosophy of like sculpting nails is that the most important part of the service, well, they're all important, but a very important part that shows a true mastery to me is definitely the product application. Because the better you apply the product, the less you will need to file. So now I need to file the cuticle area, and that will be it. So after the product application, you're already supposed to see the shape, you know, how the nail will look like. It's not like we just apply something on the nail and then we carve. I'm so sorry for jumping out of frame, but if you ever try doing your own nails, you probably know that it's tricky, especially when you need to stay at one point. Just like with glitter, at some point we need to stop, and I'm going to do the last check. Okay, a little bit here, and then I'm going to buff the nail. All right, it looks like it's good. Now let's get rid of the dust. All we need to do now is to seal it with the top coat. Actually, I have a wet wipe, so let's wash the dust off a little bit more. Sealing with the top coat. Ooh, so you see, once you apply the top coat, we can see all these beautiful dimensions. And this nail is a little bit like a glass nail. Wow. Okay, before playing, I will just cure it. This is it. This is a very simple design, right? I didn't do anything special. You probably noticed that I don't do too much of the complicated designs. They're usually all very simple, but they look nice, right? I believe that's what most clients will want. They're like, wow. And you definitely do not need to have any like any painting skills to do that.